Hi Aquarius, welcome to your 6th to the 12th of January 2025. If you want to book your 6 month, it is on deal, so it covers the next 6 months. Awesome deal if you want to get a heads up. 2025 is available. Love reads, career reads, face to face if you want to speak to me face to face, deep coaching. So my website is underneath the video or in the comment section. Like the video and comment, okay? Happy New Year. So this week we're going to be doing it a bit different. We're going to be doing more of a structured read instead of just random. I just think this is a good idea. So let me know what you think in the comment section. So what are we seeing for the self? What is happening for Aquarius in the self this week? What is Aquarius's self state? What are the state that they're in, the energy, etc.? King of Cups. So yeah, some of yous I would be careful because some of yous, someone else is dictating your energy, because you had the Temperance reversed and you've got the King of Cups. So I feel like some of yous are dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio or Sagittarius. You might want to watch their video. And I feel like this person is affecting your energy in some way. Some of you Aquariuses, you might be dealing with a masculine who's being passive, he's being lazy, he's being complacent. But all this trying to figure out this masculine is dictating your energy, your moods, etc. So be careful with this, okay? Right. Some of you be careful because Temperance reversed with the King of Cups can also be a person who's overindulged. And so the body is kind of now feeling triggered. Too much caffeine, too much alcohol, too much drugs, too much partying. So this could actually be you, okay? And I feel like the message this week is it's time to start cleaning up. I think a lot of people have got that message just because obviously the holidays were quite long this season. You know, you had the Christmas, then you had the New Year, and it's been quite long. So some of years it's more about cleaning up when it comes to overindulgence. But for the Aquarius woman, you can check the Sagittarius read. You could check the water sign reads. Okay. Love, you seem to be in your feelings, Queen of Cups. So the love for Aquarius this week is that you're in your feelings over something. Some of you, it could be a person who you're in no contact with, because Judgment reverse can be no contact. Strong Sagittarius energy here. But some of you are dealing with somebody who just comes in and out of your life. This person is not committed. But the Queen of Cups seems to be a person who's deeply attached. It could also be someone's deeply attached to you. And this person could be causing you problems. And I think it's time to put it to bed. Be careful with your emotions though. Right. Some of you are just feeling you're coming from your emotions right now. You feel stuck in your life, in yourself. So it's not really about other people. It's more about you coming from your emotions. And because you're coming from your emotions, you're stuck in a job, in a self, in something that's doesn't feel good. Okay? So I think some of you need to start thinking about breaking patterns, cleaning up your act. Some of you might have an alcohol addiction. Okay, so this is someone who's getting up, the smoking early, the drinking. They might be using this as a coping mechanism. Tell me about love this week, please, for Aquarius. 3 of Swords. So I'm not sure what you're focused on when it comes to love, but it doesn't look good. Okay, 3 of Swords, Queen of Cups. So this is basically something you're in that's creating bad emotions. I feel like some of you, this is definitely an ex or someone you're still holding on to. Okay. For the Aquarius man, this could be your ex. And I feel like this woman is like codependent. She doesn't want to move on. She doesn't want to let it go. You might have a kid with this person. Okay. But yes, be careful this week because I feel like there's some kind of third party, or I feel like there's some kind of masculine, and this guy he's just complacent. He's either in and out. Some of you, he's moved on and you need to move on. Right, what are we seeing for money for Aquarius this week, please? The World. So whatever money you're making it quietly. Or that's the message. Okay. Yeah. So I am getting the best way to make money here is to be quiet. If you're making a lot of money, the same, be quiet. Okay, because the world woman is somebody who, this is also somebody who's doing remote work, or they're working from home, or they're not in the world, so they're working through a home, I would say, or remote work. Some of you want to work for yourself. That's a message, because the thing that's creating conflict is you're stuck in some job you don't want to be in. So this is you from home looking for abundant opportunities, looking for ways to create abundance, planting seeds. What Aquarius needs to be careful of this week is emotions. In other words, allowing your fears and your emotions to dictate your moods, your reality, and your outcome. Okay? I just think some of you are in a job and like it's not good for you. Some of you are like empathic. So that's what I'm getting. You go into an environment and this environment creates a lot of conflict because the energy is toxic. It's not good for you. Okay, so some of you want to basically do something where you're working for yourself. You get to dictate your own hours. You get to work remotely. And this week, it's about making it happen. Not being passive, like let's go, let's start getting it happening. Because Queen of Cups, King of Cups is basically people who are being passive, right? So they're not taking action. And they're saying, if you want this life, if you want this new way of working, this new way of earning, you're going to have to put in the work. Get out of your path. Queen of Cups, King of Cups would be procrastinators. So these are people who just constantly put it off. They're in their head, they're in the fantasy, they're in their emotions, they're complaining, they're very sensitive. Same as with this love connection. Another message I heard though is two people do have feelings for each other, but they're both being passive. You know? So I get two people, I heard that song, We Don't Talk Anymore, and it's where they keep texting each other, but then they don't send it. I think someone needs to make the reach this week, because there is two people who do care for each other. But then, did you see the way the cards drop? So this is anxiety, fear over how the person will respond if we reach out. It's a fuck it week. Like, it's time to make it happen, Aquarius. Like, stop sitting there being, I know, I understand, like, there's a lot going on, and, you know, fear is a real thing, and rejection is not easy, but I think you just go for it this week. Just reach out to the person, just take the risk, just cut the shit with your emotions, take action, get into a motivated state, go for a run, you know, take action, put on the right music, right? Create the mood, create the state. Stop waiting for the moment to be right and take accountability, right? Create the mood, create the state. Okay? So what do we see for career? Ten of Swords. So I definitely feel like when it comes to a career, it's really bad for your health. It's really bad for your mental well-being. This is where you're lying there the night before thinking, I can't believe I've got to go here again. This is where you're like, it can be a career or a job that's anxiety ridden. Some of you definitely need to make a change. I'm also getting something that's really bad for your nerves. It's really bad for your health. It's really bad for your nervous system. So, you know, it can also be a job or a career where it's full of bad energy, full of backstabbers. And like I said, some of you are empaths, and being around this energy is so damaging, and you need to start thinking about something better. We've all got to make money, but it's about your well-being. It's about your happiness. Nobody wants to be in that. But you're going to have to be less sensitive this week, and you're going to have to do what needs to be done to make it happen, okay? Challenges. I'm also getting something that's backbreaking as well. So for me, the Ten of Swords would be a person who the job that they do is really taxing mentally. It's really taxing to the back. So this can be a job that's physically taxing. Okay. So the challenge is that you can see what needs to be done, but you're not doing it. Because the moon is a person who's confused. The moon is a person who doesn't know what to do. Moon reversed is a person who knows what to do. I just want to, when I'm croaking, because I haven't been well, I just want to pause it so you don't have to listen. But yeah, the moon reversed is, you know what needs to be done, you're just not doing it. You're not confused, you're just not acting. It's time to act this week. Okay? And the outcome for this week for Aquarius, please. I feel like for some of you Aquarius women, if you stop pining, there's actually a lot of options here. Okay? So some of you Aquariuses, you need to forget about the ex. You need to forget about the one who's not acting right, and you need to move on. Remember that King of Cups? So this is someone who love bombs you. They just want to keep you around, and I think it's because they don't want you with other people. It's time to open up your options and stop listening to this sweet talker who basically, he's not giving you what you want. He's not investing, but he doesn't want to lose you because he knows your value. He knows what you bring. So I think for Aquarius, it's time to start, moving on to better, choosing better. I think you have been in this dynamic with somebody and there might be a bond there, but I feel like this person is just not ready to get it together. They're not ready to invest. They're not ready to, they're too lazy. They're too complacent. So if the Aquarius woman, if you're single, there's options here. You're doing this to yourself. Same as your career. You're choosing your own misery. You're choosing your own entrapment. Ten of Swords. Remember the Ten of Swords? So the Ten of Swords is you. You know, this is someone who's betraying themselves. They're ignoring red flags. They're feeding fear instead of faith. They're not trusting themselves. Some of you are living in denial when it comes to a person. The Knight of Cups. I feel like you're giving too many concessions to this person when there's just better out there. There's better business opportunities. Some of you, it could be a career, a job. There's better business opportunities. There's better men. Okay. Same for the Aquarius man. You're missing opportunities here. Some of you are holding on to things. You're outdated. You're refusing to let go of something that basically is devaluing you. It's not good for you. Someone's clinging on to something, or they're holding on to past wounds, or they're still holding out for an ex. Right? And you're being told, like, it's time to move on. It's either time to reach out and deal with it and confront it and see if you can reconcile, or it's time to just put an end to it altogether. But something needs to change. Some of you are in some job where you're waiting for them to choose you. That's what I'm getting. This can be for the Aquarius man. Okay, but they're not going now. So 10 of Swords is somebody who's creating their own conflict. They're creating their own stress. They're creating their own problems. The Chariot, it's time to move forward. This is someone who treats themselves as royalty. She's wearing purple. It's also the crown chakra. So coming from the bigger picture, getting out your emotions, getting out your emotions. I'm getting sickness as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of us are in jobs where it's pennies. We're getting sick all the time. We're stressed out all the time. Relationships are zero-sum games. And you need to refuse that this year. If it hurts you, if it stresses you out, if it devalues you, it's got to go. No more wishful thinking, no more self-deception. It's got to go. I think for you, it's like, some of your Scorpios coming up here as well. I feel like for some of you as well, like someone could end it with you. That's what I'm getting. If you're cross-watching for an Aquarius and this person is not making the effort, it's time to let it go. I think someone's too much in the feelings here, they're too much in their emotions, they're too much in the sensitivity when it comes to a job, when it comes to the procrastinating, they're not taking action. So they're really not happy. They're in a bad mental space. I'm getting people who are depressed, anxious. They feel trapped, but you're not getting up and doing what needs to be done. The world can be, it can be people who refuse to, this is seclusion. So this could be someone who's got like social anxiety, they've got fear. Some of you might be working for yourself, and actually you need to stop doing that and go and work for a company so you've got human connection. Some of you are getting like acrophobia, fear of human beings, fear of being in, like, fear of going outside. Something needs to change. A way of life, a stressor, a trigger, money. For me, this is a person who's got a lot of conflict. They might have bad health. They might be in a bad mental space. There needs to be fresh energy. There needs to be a change. I'm getting a trip as well. But I think Aquarius needs to look at what and who it's invested in. You need to look at where you're betraying yourself, where you're betraying your health, where you're betraying your value, And some of you, there's been some painful betrayals, there's been some things done, but I think it's about taking your power back and not brooding in where people have hurt you, betrayed you and failed you. Moving on. That's what people are doing now. It's an exploitative society. It's about, people are about themselves. And I think people feel hurt by that. But it's time to protect your interests. Protect your health. Protect your emotions. You can't change other people, but you can change if you feed into those people. You know. So it's going to be, this is about not being immature, and I think it's a week to stand up. 7 of Wands. And a message I'm getting for you as well is that some people are just protecting their own interests. 7 of Wands. Could be a Leo. For the Aquarius man, I think you need to be careful with a Leo. There's something with Aquarius where you're in zero-sum games, you're in a job where these superiors are protecting their interests, you're in a connection to which this person is about themselves. So I think you need to protect your interests. Be careful with self-denial, be careful with betrayal of the self. I feel like the good stuff is that if you can kind of get out your emotions and see people for what they are, and you can start to look after yourself and you can start to take action, this is all going to be beneficial because you'll create a much better life for yourself. Leaving the past in the past and getting out of a connection or getting away from certain people is going to be so good for you. Like, I feel like some of you are in a connection or you're in an environment where the people are just, they're not good for you. People keep fighting this, and I think the best thing to do is to just leave it behind. And in the end, the snakes will sit with the snakes and bite each other. Don't fight it. Just leave. So that was an interesting read, but I think the good things this week is that you choose yourself, that you can't stay in this version, that you can't stay in this place, that you can't stay in this job, that you have to get up and you have to fight for yourself. You'd have to get healthy, you'd have to get a better job that's more in alignment with what you need to feel happiness and peace and well-being. So it's not in vain. But some of you need to stand up this week. I'm also getting back into fitness will be really good as well. 10 of Swords is a person who's kind of been in a slump, and you need to come out of this, right? Stretching, fitness, yoga, meditation, eating good, not being passive, being proactive. But for the Aquariuses who just keep refusing to leave something that's burying them and that's not good for them, I think it's going to be a heavy week. Something needs to be confronted, it needs to be dealt with. There could be people who've got like alcohol addictions. You might need to go and seek help. Something needs to end, a behaviour needs to change, a way of life needs to change for you to get back to health, for you to get back to happiness. And I think something needs to be confronted with a person, a connection, or it needs to just be left in the past. Ten of Swords is a person who's torturing themselves. They're in something that's a form of torture. They're in something that just isn't, they're playing the victim. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for this week. If you want to book a personal, there's love reads, there's career reads, 2025, 6-month read for those who've got the budget for like a half of a year. There is face-to-face if you want to talk to me face-to-face about any issues. But yes, take care of yourself this week, and I would say protect your interests. See how a job is having a massive impact on your mental state, on your physical state. See how the people around you just make you, they're not good for you. Choose yourself. You know, and if you're cross-watching and it's this Aquarius who's betraying you and walking all over you, choose yourself. I'll speak to you soon.